Hey guys, today I'm going to show you a thrift flip and how we turn some of these items into adorable spring decor. We have a broken bunny and an old rusty pail that will turn into fun spring decor. And then we have 3 very different candlesticks that will turn into a fun trio of candlesticks where we really emphasize the beautiful detail and make these showstoppers a little neutral, but definitely showstoppers. Hi.
Hi.
So, I am Melissa Morrow.
Oh, I'm Sue Wilson. Hi.
And we are with Vintage Design, and we are doing an impromptu thrift flip.
Yeah,
and
just
the reason,
pop on today.
And the reason that it's impromptu is because we really want to schedule them, but we can't ever seem to get ourselves together enough.
It's like, do it when there's time. It's like, what are you doing? Nothing. Let's do it
Let's do it
live.
live. So unfortunately, we have decided to close our Julington Creek brick and mortar, and we've moved 100% into a booth at Great American.
Yep, our little shop is gonna be no more.
Yeah, but we did, we've done a couple thrift flips since we've been on. We'll start going through some of the flips, and we will, or some of the items that we purchased.
You know, as busy as we are, we seem to find time to stop in the thrift stores.
We do. It's like, and honestly, what I don't know is I have like 6 boxes of stuff that needs to go to the thrift store. Why I can't seem to take them with me.
Yeah, we
when
don't
I go
plan
there,
that well.
I don't know.
Give a little, buy a little. Give a little, buy a little.
We're gonna start clearing some room here, and then we will get into actually getting a couple pieces done. I know I'm not painting this today.
Okay.
Mostly because it needs to be really clean, and I'm kind of looking forward to doing a video on it. I'm gonna do this a lot like I did my rooster video, and I actually picked it up because it's hideous, and I wanted to challenge myself.
It's pretty heavy too. I thought it
really
was like
is.
a pie holder. Does it have a lid?
No, it is ceramic. It is just like a fruit basket.
It's a ceramic basket. I mean, it's like a total ceramic basket.
This was from Goodwill, and Goodwill does every week. They do whatever color is 40% off, and so this was originally $5.99, and I got it at 40% off.
$3, not bad.
So for $3, I wanted to challenge myself and see. There's a lot of broken pieces on here,
Little chunks.
but I think once it's all painted up, I think I can make this look pretty interesting. It is hand signed on the bottom, but based on its condition, I'm gonna say it's worthless. Well, not worthless because it was worth $3.
It's worth $3.
It was worth $3.
It's
so
probably just not worth great gobs of money.
I'm going to see if I can make this interesting better. Hopefully something that may actually sell. I'll do this technique and make it look more like concrete.
You're going to do a whole video on just that?
Well, probably not just this, but definitely this will be included.
Well, there you go.
I think I'm going to include painting my JRV rooster. What?
The boys like the rooster the way it is.
They like that there is a rooster. We don't know if they like it.
Apparently when we were at the Goodwill the other day, they had rolling pins after rolling pins after rolling pins, which is weird because this one was one that was on sale, so instead of being the $3.99, it was 2, whereas $3.99. Little guy $4.99, same store, and then this little guy $3.99.
Yeah, so it basically averaged out to everything being $3.99.
I have no idea how they decide the pricing on these things. But
And I looked. We have like 3 on the shelf, so we'll have to have like a rolling pin painting day.
we should have a rolling pin painting party.
A rolling pin painting party.
We should
Does
have
anybody
a
want to
live
come
rolling pin
to a
painting
rolling
party.
pin painting party?
That is kind of hard to say.
Rolling pin painting party?
Rolling pin painting party.
See, that's what I want to paint that thing for. Can you pull that out?
What's this?
The wine thing.
Oh.
We've had this forever too, and this isn't a thrift flip. This was actually something we had for sale, but she wants me to throw it away, and I've been keeping it because I was thinking, watch out your face, because I was thinking it would make a good
Rolling pin rack.
rolling pin rack. What say you?
That's pretty damn clever. That's heavy.
What say you? I've got 2 of them. So I bought these curtain rods.
Yeah, I was wondering about
Which
these.
is ironic because I've literally been ordering full price curtain rods from Amazon for a bed and breakfast and paying like $40 a rod. And these were $3.99 each. And I'm going to tell you the only reason, she just showed you, the only reason I bought them is for these finials.
Oh, you can make something out of the finials?
I'm going to make something out of the finials. They're
All right.
acorn finials, and they are fabulous.
I don't know about an acorn. They're more like an artichoke.
Artichoke, okay.
What'd you say, artichoke?
So basically, I paid $2 per finial. This, I saw an episode of Julie's Design and Signs where she put some little
That girl does
riser.
some crazy stuff with stuff.
She painted it white and then put some little feet on the bottom, and it was the darned cutest thing. So
It's a good little fruit basket.
I don't see a sticker on here, but oh, there it is,
There it is.
$2.99.
There you go.
So I paid $2.99 for this, and I'm gonna try out one of Julie's Design and Sign techniques.
Nice little glass candlestick that was originally $3.99, but it was the white tag. So
I might keep this for staging. I'm not sure. It's one I haven't decided if I'll paint or not.
it was originally priced at $30, went on sale for $19.99, and sold for $10.99, and we get it for $2.
So
So-
that's some good thrifting.
That's life. That's the life of a product these days.
And I got this for $2.99, and I think it's really cute.
That is really cute just as it is. Our candlestick was $3.99 on sale. So, you know, $2 always not, well, about $2.
$2.50,
approximately. That area of the world.
So these were $2.99 each. And you've probably seen people doing a lot of the tin can ones. I've done a couple of the tin cans using your soda cans or your soup cans and making them into little wall pockets. These I paid $2.99 for. I really like the shape.
I can't decide if I hate the pattern that's on there because they look hand painted.
I don't hate the pattern. I mean, they're probably hand painted in China or something. But I'm gonna make them a little bit more modern once I paint them out white and then do some decoupage.
Well, all right. I got a bird lamp. There you go.
That one I am gonna paint today. I think it's adorable.
It's a cutie.
I'm gonna use Dixie Belle's Haint Blue on that one.
$7.99.
So it was
Making up
$7.99. I'll probably sell it for like $19.95, $21.95, something like that, depending on how cute it comes out. I bought this lamp. This lamp I'm not gonna paint. I'm gonna find a lampshade that I can pair with it. Actually, that one might not be bad with it.
This one? Try it on for size.
I paid $6.99. I'm gonna sell it for $24.99 with a shade. It is great if you collect like French country, French provincial, that kind of stuff.
It is a good French
It
country
is
piece.
a great French piece. It's lightweight. It's definitely, you know, not original or repurposed. But I think I'm gonna do $24.99 when I pair it with a shade.
This thing was $6.99. I don't. It's a candle. I mean, it's. She picked this one out. I didn't do this one. You have plans for this, I see.
Yes.
What
I
else
paid
you got?
$1.99 for this. I think it's pewter.
Looks like a silver plate, actually.
It's really beautiful. I love the patina on it. Paid $1.99. It says care instructions. It's a bud vase, obviously, a large bud vase. Nice patina on the inside as well.
You want to talk about these?
Oh, we can talk about these.
Melissa bought a bunch of belts.
I bought a bunch of leather belts, specifically, both men's and women's. I did make sure that they all said genuine leather on them, on there. If you watch Upcycled by Bree, you probably, if you're not watching Upcycled by Bree, you should be.
It should be.
She does a lot of handles and things for her cutting boards and trays and various other whatnots. And so while we were there, I've never looked for leather belts there. I thought I love how she embellishes those.
It's a good plan. I mean that's a perfect upcycle right there.
It is. And so I paid, because these were all leather, I think they were all the same price, which was, I don't see a sticker, but I think they were $2.99. $2.99 a piece for 4 leather belts, and we will see what I can upcycle with these.
Now, you bought this one, which $3.99. You know, everybody likes a little wall hanger.
Originally TJ Maxx for $9.99.
Obviously, something that never has been used.
Yep.
So, I assume you're going to paint it something real pretty and do something fantastic.
Exactly. I do like
The B
the
shape.
B shape.
She likes the little comb shape.
Go figure, it's me. $7.99, which is a little bit pricey, but I think when it's done,
Oh, it's gonna look fabulous.
it's gonna be like $24.99. It's got great detail. This is gonna be white, just wet distress back. It's gonna be really great when it's done. So a little spendy on the $7.99, but I'll definitely get my money's worth out of it.
For candlesticks. Whoa, this one originally sold for $17.99.
That is not what we paid for it.
No, I have no idea what we paid for it.
Based on where
Not $17.99.
What is that?
Oh, $5.99. And that's not the white one. That's a light blue.
Light blue. So, and actually, we might have gotten that less expensive because this is more than one thrift haul. That
true.
one, hold it up again. I am debating, should I paint it or should I sell it like it is? It's got pretty cool 70s glazing to me. The color is a little bit current in a retro way. So let me know.
Got a little crackle in the glaze, so that's always fun.
What do you think? Should I paint it or should I sell it as it is?
What to do?
This is a wine gift box. I paid $2.99.
Those are just fun for transfers.
I love them for transfers.
Oh, yeah.
This has really pretty detail. So this will get painted a light color and then get transferred up. Not today, but it will. And then it'll probably sell for around $25.
Not bad. This one was $4.99. This one looks to be a kind of a jar since they've got everything taped down. I don't know if genies come out of there, but the painting on this one is not my taste.
Really horrible. This one and the big jar I'll have her show
I
next.
just see it. Sorry about the lighting in
Are
here.
likely going to go into staging because
we need stuff.
we really need stuff, and these are great for staging.
And on the same, there's like a red one that goes with it.
So they'll probably get painted like a white or cream, and
They'll be coming to a staged home near you.
exactly
Well, near us anyway.
Near us anyway. So $4.99. I got this. My intention, it might be getting late, but maybe I could paint it today and get it done. My intention was to, and there's a little candle thing in here that comes out, but I might just leave it in because it'll fill up the bottom. Is to
Grasses and eggs?
is basically to stuff this with some either grass or Spanish moss or something, and then put a bunny in here, and then a nice pretty torn bow on here, and make this into an Easter display.
Very lovely.
So maybe I'll get it painted and then I'll do the display separately.
Look, I want to show them the box because I found this box. I'm a box person. I like things for storage. Don't know why.
Penny really liked the wine box.
Somebody handmade this jewelry box for, hang on, it's got a little Christmas 98. That's just sad that somebody got rid of it. I mean, Dad worked hard on it, I think.
Somebody worked hard on it.
I think it looks pretty darn good. So this painted up, some transfers.
Yeah, painted transfers. It's definitely, I love doing jewelry
The
boxes.
inside's, it's clean, it's nice.
It's red velvet. It may not be my thing, but yeah, this will be a fun one. This needs. I just have everything at my feet. I can't save it.
All right. I'll find space for it.
So this candlestick I got for $4.99, and my goal is actually I like the wood a lot, and I like the pattern. I'm gonna see if I can just white wax this to transform it.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I think that's my goal. I might do a little bit of distressing on it just to
Fun with wax.
kind of get rid of some of the wax buildup that it already has, and put some white wax on here.
Now this one I probably spent too much on. It was $5.99, but it's cats.
It's cats.
I mean,
I may paint it and put it in our own home because
I totally see her doing that.
Because it's cats.
So it's just fun. I like finding these kinds of things.
I'll have to paint it black and put it on a different background because we're
black and white, a little something for each kitty.
Yeah, because we have a lot of cats. Too many cats. This one had a lot of great detail, and it was $5.99. And I am not accustomed to finding this kind of detail on anything in Goodwill, let alone for $5.99.
That one will definitely look good after it's been...
Usually in our Goodwill, that's like $11.99. And this one was at the same Goodwill. I found it, I walked in and literally just grabbed it and walked down the aisle. This one was $9.99. It is, so you can see, it is a fair bit bigger, and it's bigger this way too. But it again has stunning detail, and this will probably be like a $20 and above candlestick when I'm done, maybe even more than that. I'm gonna do both of these, very French country, so they're gonna go to like a duck egg or a light blue, and then
like a silver or a gold,
and then whitewashed, and then some gold on them.
Okay, I can see where you're going with it.
Yes, that'll definitely happen there.
I've gone through all this stuff.
Okay, so I've got a little bit left here. So I bought
was
these.
Curious about these.
I bought these blue plates honestly just because I think they were so pretty. They were 99 cents each. I'm gonna sell them for $6.99. I think as a little spring decor item, like with a little tray of bunnies and what have you, like it's just the perfect base.
It is a good base. It's a good color for spring.
It really is. I just thought they were just pretty as could be, or they would be really pretty if you attached them to a pedestal for a riser.
Okay.
For spring decor, I have 2 of them. I just thought they were super pretty. This one I love. Absolutely a reproduction, clearly, although it does have a number on the back. From Norfolk, Virginia. Looks like a 75 years of bottled refreshment. So apparently it is a numbered tray from Coca-Cola for their 75th anniversary. $2.99.
Classic design.
Classic design.
For those of you who love your Coca-Cola, like some people like. No.
I'll sell it for $12.99. I think that's
seems fair.
A fair price. And this one we got.
This one was a road trip.
This was a road trip. And I just got it because it screams cottagecore. This one is a Taj Mahal tourist tray.
Taj Mahal tourist tray.
And this is going to be $18.99. It is beautiful. Just gorgeous. To me, it's absolutely artwork. You could E6000 a D-ring behind it and hang it on a wall, or get a plate stand that goes on the wall. It would be really lovely, however you wanted to do it, but I think it's fabulous.
I've been wondering what you were doing with that, because I don't know.
She doesn't get it.
We went to a fabulous warehouse up in Kentucky, and it was all antiques from around the world. Oi, that was heaven right there.
It was.
That was heaven.
For sure. Maybe I'll work on this, because I would really like to show this.
What do you want me to be working on today?
You want to paint my little bird blue. I picked Haint blue for the little bird.
All right. I'm just taking water. Get some of the dust off. Melissa likes birds. I don't know if any of you ever paid attention to the warehouse when she walks through it, but when she buys things for staging, a lot of birds. Little, fat, round birds.
Yeah, I do. I like birds. I hate these FIFO bottles. Everybody, you're not going to get it out that way. Everybody raves about them. I hate them. Hate them. Hate them.
They do have a tendency to explode when you squeeze them sometimes. So I've learned to check the, dare I say, nipple area and clear that out before giving it a squeeze. Otherwise, it blows out the whole back end and it makes a mess. And I think we've all done that. I think each and every one of us at one point has grabbed a bottle, given it the squeeze, and everywhere.
Yep.
The Haint blue. It's a nice light blue.
It is. It's a very pretty spray color.
That is thick.
Yeah, I mean, there's water there if you want to.
I know there is. I don't mind it. It's so creamy. I mean, it definitely is a cream. What paint are we using again?
So
Dixie
we
Belle?
are using Dixie Belle chalk paint. And I feel like I'm behind at everybody's videos.
Really?
I don't remember the last time I watched like a ginger chick video. Who are your favorite people that you follow on YouTube?
Who do you love to follow?
Leave us a note in the comments, because I love to know who I need to follow.
We need to shout out to all the creatives out there, man. Let's give some shout outs. Are you a creative? Do you do these beautiful things?
And
give us a shout out about yourself.
Are you going to Creative Con this year?
Creative Con.
June 6th through 8th here in Jacksonville. I want to say like be there, be square. But it's going to be great. It's going to be full of business information, business tips. If you are somebody who either does or wants to make a living as a crafting creator, woodworker, if you're in the creative space, this event's going to be huge.
You want to figure out how to start a YouTube channel. You want to learn how to run a shop or a booth.
This is not a rah-rah, sis boom bah, let's work on our emotions.
This is a down to the brass tacks business kind of a conference.
Yeah. Although we have no accountants on our speaker list, so we won't actually be talking about taxes much.
No taxes.
But it is a tax write-off if you are in the business. This is when I wish I had a French tip, because this has got lots of nooks and crannies
Oh, yeah.
that I'm trying to get into.
We really need to get this room set up.
And yeah, like this room is not ideal for crafting. And if you hear the noise in the background, I apologize. It is the AC here.
Our AC is on.
You know, it's like 90 degrees outside probably, and it might not be quite that warm, but it's
actually in the mid-70s.
Is it really?
It really is. It feels warmer because
the warehouse does not feel like the mid-70s.
the warehouse definitely warms up.
So it's the only AC in the building. So we're doing it in here.
Our little lunchroom has the cool air, and they like to come in here and turn that thing down to like 65 degrees. Like, come on now.
And we have it like at 73 right now, and I'm sweating. I don't know about you. If you watched our last live, when we did the live sale.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was like a Friday night or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, was it?
Or was it
I
on
think
Saturday?
it was a Saturday day. It was a Saturday during the day.
Heck if I know.
Anyway, if you watched that video, then you probably saw me talking about trends. And the trends, somebody asked what trends do I see happening? And I'm gonna say that when I was at the
Diamond D,
quote unquote better booths at Diamond D,
oh, well,
there are more quality booths than others, I think. You definitely could see that design trend was being echoed. You're definitely seeing that farmhouse has gotten darker.
definitely.
It is less white and bright. There is still a lot of white, don't get me wrong. But there is a lot more black and dark brown and natural wood.
Got your natural plants hanging in your wonderful macrame.
Mm-hmm. And you are seeing much more rustic. Don't you think?
Yeah, there was definitely a little more of the older looking pieces.
It was not as bright white. And now we are seeing that
Darker waxes.
the antiquing wax and the brown waxes are taking over.
The look of furniture or anything really changes with the different waxes, and I love it. I
Yeah.
love playing with waxes.
And Penny says, in the UK, the trending colors are charcoal gray, dark teal blue, deep green.
I like
And then
those colors.
Andrea says she bought a lot of rusty stuff at Diamond D.
Haha, good rusty stuff.
Yeah, good rusty stuff. So, yes. So I talked about there's two trends. Modern farmhouse, which is the dark gemstone colors. So if you think about emeralds, rubies, sapphires, and the dark teals and all of those are kind of going to go in that same reference. But for this being a spring market, there was a lot of natural and brown and dark wax versus more of a traditional rustic country decor versus the brighter, happier spring colors. which is more
happier.
cottagecore, huh?
I was thinking happier. I don't know why.
And not that rustic isn't. It's a warmer,
It makes
richer.
us all happy.
Yeah, it's a warmer, richer color. I think that
Finally.
cottagecore is still going to be more millennial groups. The 20-year-olds, the 20 to 30-ish year olds, they're still going to be in that more cottagecore group, and the dark academia, and then what?
I'm listening.
And then the older groups that were the farmhouse group are going to either go modern farmhouse, which is the jewel tones, or they're going to go rustic, adding on to what they already have. It's the way to change when you already have incorporated that farmhouse look into your
Just slowly creep
home.
into new stuff.
Penny's asking, so what colors are we going to incorporate then? So I still like to have some of the traditional spring colors. And to me, all the ornateness of this isn't rustic, it's French. So it's going to go with the more French country look. I'll say these will probably sell online though, not in our booth or at market. Probably. I don't know that for a fact, but it's my guess.
They'll be put online before they get moved to anything else?
Yeah, they will.
All right.
And then that's the other thing is we're going to try to do more of us showing you what we make and doing the online sales. Since that was one of the things about closing the store was partially to give us more time to
Definitely more time to play with paint.
and to be on camera. We're going to definitely see more earth tones coming in. We're going to see more off-white versus bright white. So like I've got, let me hand the buttercream over.
Oh yeah, buttercream I love.
So this buttercream, this Dixie Belle buttercream is great. DIY's cake batter would be amazing.
Okay, yeah.
Burlap, colors like that. The French linen kind of
Oh, yeah,
colors
that's a good one.
and taupes. I know I kind of made a joke about the grays are going away in the higher end building. And what you're seeing now instead is Builder Beige.
Back to the Builder Beige.
Back to the Builder Beige.
What about the lovely buttercream walls? Because I remember so many houses getting those.
Yeah, so
yellow.
that's gone. We're now going to be in a taupey brown land. Warmth.
Warmth.
West was probably never a particular bright white, although Ginger Chick, she was definitely bright
jams
white
with
and
it, man.
black.
She jams.
Right? So, but if you've been watching her, she has been incorporating more and more taupes.
Is she?
Yep.
Start paying attention.
Especially when she does the treatment where she does baking soda.
Oh yeah, like the SeaSpray or the
Yeah.
What do we call that?
She's doing more and more with a taupe color and then an antiquing wax versus the white wax. So subtly somewhere in there, she's seeing the trends too, even in the Midwest. Don't you think this is gonna be a cute little Easter basket? Put a little bunny up here with some grass and
Put some
stuff.
chocolate bunnies in there and give it to me.
I was thinking decorative.
Oh, I was thinking chocolate.
You're always thinking chocolate.
Who isn't thinking of chocolate? There are too many nooks and crannies in these little boogers.
No,
I'm
no,
telling
no,
you.
cranny. No.
Cranny.
And we haven't started doing part 2 of the sofa yet. The vintage
yeah, we've
sofa.
kind of had a stall on the sofa because we've been so busy.
But staging and market took over everything.
But we do need to get that one done.
So we will, because we have a buyer already for it. Oh, and at Creative Con we actually have Danielle Kaminsky is coming. She owns a store, I can't remember where, North Carolina, I believe, and she does booth camp, and she's going to be a speaker at Creative Con. Her booth camp teaches you how to how to do all those things with your booth, how to make sure you're making money with your booth.
Get that eye pop appeal.
Yeah, all that good stuff. And she'll be a speaker at Creative Con this year too. So really, whether you want to be on YouTube, you want to have a booth somewhere, you want to start mass producing product with your Glowforge, you want to sell off Facebook, Renee Cormier is going to be there. All she does with her business is thrift flips live. That's her thing. She does thrift, like she's on Facebook. She's monetized on Facebook, and she's on, I think every day just about.
Wow.
On Facebook Live, at least 5 days a week. She is on.
Does she have a booth somewhere?
I don't think so. I think she sells 100% on Facebook, on Facebook Marketplace. She taught Jami Ray and Julie Template Born, Julie's Design and Signs. She taught them how to monetize their channels on Facebook. So
she's a good one to know.
She is a good one to know. Like, these are gonna be some top-notch speakers. So while Sue and John were at a hockey game, I came home and decided to work on my projects. Now, I found this little bunny in the staging warehouse, and he had a broken ear, so he was no longer usable as a staging prop. So I took some Gorilla Glue, Super Glue, CA glue, and glued his little ear back on, and then I'm going to move on to hiding that. I also noticed that on my candlesticks, in the area where the candles had actually been, there is some discoloration coming through, and I'm going to take my Wise Owl primer in gray. I will tell you, I've used a ton of different primers. I think every brand has one. Wise Owl, hands down, is the best primer I've ever used, and that is comparing it to Bin and Zinsser and all the big brands. It really is an amazing primer. I also love the fact that it comes in clear, white, gray, and dark gray. So it's perfect no matter what project you're working on. Next up, I'm going to add a little texture medium to my Haint blue, and I'm going to use that on the rabbit and on the bucket that I had painted. That's sort of what I was going to use for an Easter basket. I just keep it in this little container. It makes it easy, and all you need to do is add just enough to make it nice and thick so that you have a good thick consistency to leave raised spots. The thicker, the more you add to it, the thicker it will get, and it will leave higher peaks. I don't need high peaks. I just need to hide the break in the bunny and then add a little bit of texture to my basket. The ideal consistency is about like frosting. So if you're frosting a cake, that's roughly the texture that you want. And then I am just going to use an old brush. This doesn't clean out of your brushes really well, so an old brush is preferable when you're working on this. And I'm sort of mixing between painting it on and dabbing so that I have just the right amount of texture on this little rabbit. Now, I actually love the patina on this rabbit, the original crackle, and the sort of darkness and little crevices, but he was broken, and I wanted to be sure you couldn't see that break in the ear, and I wanted to make sure that he was nice and sturdy. I actually have this exact same rabbit at my personal home, and so I do think he's cute, and I'm just going to try to make him just as cute once he is painted over, but without that break. Since I had some mixed up, I went ahead and decided to add this texture to the pail as well. There was sort of an alligator skin look to it from when it had been a candle base, I guess, and I didn't really care for that. By adding the texture, when you see a little bit of that alligator underneath, it actually just looks like crackle, which I much prefer. Next up, I am just going to give this little bunny a fresh coat of Dixie Belle paint in French linen. And this kind of lends to that trend of being a little bit more in the beiges. I could have gone white, but I have some decoupage paper that I'll be showing you later. And I really kind of wanted it to match that. So here you see the decoupage paper actually, and I'm using a wet paintbrush and sort of painting around the edges where I'm going to want to tear this. So this JRV paper is quite large. I'm just taking one of the little squares out of it, and I could cut it, but really I want a neat torn edge. And so by adding water, it will tear exactly where the water is, meaning that you'll have a nice rough edge, but it won't tear outside the lines, so to speak. So you can see as I'm pulling, I'm just pulling very gently and it tears exactly the way I want it to. And I can even use my fingers afterwards and go back in and kind of clean up those tears. Like I got rid of all of the blue. I didn't necessarily want the blue in it. And then I went back and did the top as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my Prima Decoupage gel and decoupage this right on. There are a lot of great decoupage mediums that we use depending on what exactly we want. I am choosing this particular one because it has a really nice heavy coat afterwards, and because I was pasting it directly on the paper versus the project, I just knew it would stay and it would be nice and thick. When you're decoupaging, you want to be sure that you get it nicely flat and that you catch all of the edges so that it doesn't pull up at all. Now, while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and add white wax to my candlesticks. For this project, I am using DIY Paint white wax. It is one of my favorite white waxes. It is just really smooth and creamy and gets really nicely into all the little nooks and crannies. And I'm also using a JRB stencil brush to push it in there. As long as you have a nice firm brush, you could also use a disposable brush, but you really want something that's got a nice bit of stiffness to get into all the little nooks and crannies. And then you want to wipe it away. Being cautious to leave a little bit in those little grooves because you want it to show. It definitely softens the color. Now, Haint Blue is already a very light color, so this is really for people who want a little bit of color but are afraid to step outside the white zone. And we sell in one particular store that everything is pretty much black, white, or natural wood, or stained wood. And so this is a way to introduce some color in that atmosphere for spring without it being like bold color. Definitely a subtle choice. I'm repeating this same process on the bunny as well as the other two candlesticks. If you wanted to have a little more control over the white wax or not have it come out quite so white, you could also add clear wax before adding the white. Clear wax acts as a good base for using any other color wax because if you use it first, you can go back in with the clear wax and actually remove it, and it keeps the wax from absorbing into the paint. Once my bucket is dry, the decoupage paper is dry, I'm going to go ahead and white wax the entire bucket as well. It will not do anything negative to the paper, and it really won't stick all that much because it's just not going to stick very heavily to the decoupage gel. However, where it is bumpy all over this from the salt wash that we did earlier, it is going to fit into all of those and have a nice subtle hint. Once I got these done, I felt like this bunny was just too flat. So I am going to go in with some Easy Peasy Spray Wax and my DIY Decrepit dust. And I'm just going to work it into the little grooves here and sort of work it out very subtly. It's going to accent all of the curves of the bunny. And you'll see it adds so much character. I am just so in love with the dust. If this is too dark for you, we do have lighter dusts / dirts from Dixie Belle. The ash is a light, subtle gray as opposed to this darker brown. There really is a product for pretty much everybody on our website, vintagebedesign.com, where you can find all of these DIY products. And because I want this to be cohesive, I'm going ahead and adding the Easy Peasy Spray Wax and DIY Decrepit Dust to the bucket Easter basket pail as well. I am just going to work it around in areas that I think might naturally get a little bit of dust or dirt that accumulates over time. I am just always amazed at what a big difference a little bit of dust can do. You could use dark wax for this. I just find I have a lot more control with the dirt. I enjoy the process more. We are nearing the home stretch. We are ready to assemble this. Now, I have some circles that are left over from another project that I was doing on my Glowforge. So to create a little bit of height inside this bucket so I have less to fill, I am just going to hot glue some of these circles together. This is all scrap wood. I didn't cut it out specifically for this. It just happened to work out perfectly. And now that I have a base layer for everything to sit on, I am just working on pulling apart some floral foam that is actually from another project that I had leftover bits of. And I am dry fitting these inside the bucket so I can figure out exactly how I want them to lay out before I hot glue them together. I'm going to be adding some faux lavender next to the bunny so there's a little bit of height and greenery in here, something that's going to make it a little more springtime fresh. So I do want to be sure how I place this and that I can cover it all, but that it feels natural in a scenery. Now we're just going to add a little Spanish moss to cover up all of the wood and the foam and the bunny's feet so it looks like he's sitting out in a little field. Now I'm going to cut down my bushel of lavender so that I get 2 to 3 stems off of each stalk. And then I'm just going to push them in and I'm going to hot glue them into the styrofoam and just sort of layer this out so there is plenty of depth and height. And this gives us a nice texture and softness that will really help pull this together. I decided that my candlesticks needed just a little bit of something with them. So I've gone ahead and gotten some more of those circles that I had left over from another project. And I am going to use DIY's dark wax and glue them to the top of the candlesticks so that they each are very cohesive and feel like they're joined together. And so there's a little bit of dark natural element to it as well.
Hey
I
guys,
added a
today
bow
I'm
on
going to
top
show you
of my
a thrift flip
bunny
and how we
basket,
turn some of these
and
items
I think
into
it came
adorable
out just
spring
adorable.
decor.
We
I
have
would
a
love
broken
to
bunny
hear your opinion.
and an old rusty
Tell me,
pail
did you
that will
like
turn
this
into fun
process? Do
spring
you think
decor.
it came out nicely?
And then we have
Is
3
it a
very
really big
different
change from
candlesticks
its
that will
original
turn into a
stance?
fun
And what do you
trio
think
of
about the
candlesticks
Haint blue
where we
versus
really
white
emphasize
for those
the
people
beautiful
who need to
detail
be super
and make
neutral?
these
Is it
showstoppers
just too
a little
plain,
neutral,
or
but definitely
is it just the
showstoppers.
right touch of color? I hope you enjoyed our projects today, and if you did, be sure to give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining me.